Well, they got me, guys. This 10x event with the guaranteed champion is a curveball. I was not really expecting this. I'm gonna have to go against my plan and probably change my strategy, but I want to ensure that you guys make the right choice for your account. So we're gonna break down how I'm going to choose my shards to open today. We're also going to do a quick recap of the Hjorndig fusion because this is basically the last stretch to ensure you guys can get that champion as well. So let's jump right in. And today is Friday, which means I'll be streaming on Twitch tonight at 7:30 Eastern time, where we will be doing some summons on my own account, probably some viewer summons as well. In fact, if you guys have some shards that you would want to let me open, I can do it on stream. It makes for great content, but also I will be having a giveaway for gems. That's right, I still have a few gems to give away from the previous month, and Plarium has said they would honor that. So tonight, 540 gems for one lucky winner. You only need to convert your free loyalty coins into tickets, so make sure you show up for the fun. Now on to the final recap and the updated plan. Today you guys are obviously working on the classic arena takedown. This should be pretty straightforward. The value of the last milestone is pretty much in line with the previous one. You had to finish or will finish the spider tournament today, so hopefully you guys are still on track to complete that as well. I am going to complete this anyway. It's a great time to be farming the spider, right? We're getting double the Shadowkin accessories, which is great. And then for the champion training tournament, I already finished this a little bit earlier because I kind of pushed to finish Hjorndig first, but you should have this extra rare champion in here, which you will eventually fuse into one of the epics. All right, so overall, I'm still on track as if I were doing this again with all free-to-play energy, no gems spent so far. Finally, we have the summon rush today, which conveniently, if you finish with 15 sacred shards, you will get all the rewards in here, which is great. But more importantly, Scathix is only at 3,000 points, and I had said that I would want to try and get an extra copy of this champion, which I might still do, will most likely do. I just need to pick the right shards for my account, and again, we'll get back to that. As for the artifact enhancement event, I pushed a little bit further because again, I'm always trying to finish some builds. I didn't really need this for the extra rare champion, but maybe you guys would want to try and finish this, so I'm obviously going to finish that there as well. Now for the plan itself, all the final values are there. Everything is black now, which means that in my opinion, this is kind of like a new standard. I'm really gonna hope that Plarium is not gonna make this much harder for us in the future. So 3,000 points here for the summon rush was a nice surprise. That would be 6 sacred shards. I already changed this because I got more from the clan boss. I could easily do just 6 sacred shards right there and get this over with. The problem with that, and it's the fact that we had a 2x event, I might still not want to do that, and I'll get back to that again in a second. But here's finally the last little updates for the updated plan. Here we are on the 18th, right? So that's it. We have nothing else coming up. This is literally it. So for me, the total resources, they're all at the bottom right here. Roughly 20,000 energy. That is all free to play energy plus whatever I had saved up before. As for silver, roughly 16 million. As for the shards, this is one last thing I might update. Brews only about 120. All the potions I had ahead of time. This is the food that I started with, and then down here is the amount of chickens that I used so far. So overall, 100% free to play fusion completed on my account with 0 gems spent. But now let's go over how you should choose your shards. So the first thing to consider is Scathix. Did you really want an extra copy of this champion, or do you actually need this champion to fuse Hjorndig? So if you're one of those that has already fused Hjorndig like myself, you don't really need Scathix. Is Scathix a game changer for you on your account? Maybe he is. This skill right here is really unique, guys. It's really hard to obtain in the game. Only a handful of other champions can do this. Remove all debuffs from all allies and then place the block debuffs. If you put this guy, let's say, in an immunity set, it is kind of hard to counter for an enemy, let's say, arena team. Okay, so number one reason, if you want to go for this guy, go for it. So that was my original plan. Get an extra copy of him, and in the process, I was going to use 4 sacred shards, because I only had 4 when I started this fusion, and then I said I was going to use the rest in ancient shards and void shards. So I was going to do a mix of everything. But now I have Hjorndig. Do I really need to summon? Probably not, right? Scathix, again, is not really needed on my account right now, so I could literally skip everything. Why would I want to skip everything? For example, we now know that if you summon 15 Sacred Shards, you get a guaranteed legendary champion, all right? So this is very revealing for the future. If you need Helior right now and you have 15 Sacred Shards and you want to get Scathix and you need him to do the fusion of Hjordig, go for it, right? It's a great time to summon. Use those 15 Sacred Shards. Like I said earlier, you're going to get all the rewards in the summon rush, a lot of legendary tomes, which is hard to obtain, so a great time to summon for you. But Helior for me is not exactly a champ I desperately need on my account. Then of course there is other champions you could get from the 10x event. Do you need the champions in here, right? I don't really need Aox or Remember or any of the epics right here. I have most of them, in fact. And then for the legendaries, not exactly the ones I'm really looking for. We had Prince Kaimar last time. I really wanted that guy. I would want a Duchess. I would want all of those. So to summon now, to not get Helior, and to potentially get a legendary champion that I don't really need, for me to use my Sacred Shards only to get the Scathix for just an extra copy of a Void Epic that I'm not really going to use, is not a good move for me. Like, not really. Same thing with Ancient Shards. Let's say I were to use those instead and save this for the next good 10x event. Well, we also know, right, and we saw this before, that you can get a guaranteed legendary champion, which was Countess Lix 3 months ago for 150 Ancient Shards. So if I use my shards right now, I'm sort of losing out on a potential guaranteed champion in the future. Is Helior and Countess Lix game changers for everybody's account? Not really, right? So same thing here. It's not exactly giving me an S tier void legendary, sorry, not void, but I might have a better 10x whenever they do that kind of event again. So for me to save my Ancient Shards and Sacred Shards for the future is a much better plan. But now we have the Void Shards, and I said I would wait for a 2x event, okay, because I technically want all those extra Void legendaries because I have a very few on my account. But there's a Warlord. There's literally a Warlord which is, sorry, an S tier legendary that I would really, really want on my account. So all of a sudden, this 10x event for me is all about Warlord. So if I do open a couple Void Shards, I'm going to get an extra copy of Scathix, which is alright, but again, not really going to use this guy, but at least I'm going to have a better chance at getting a useful champion on my account, which is Warlord instead of all the other ones, right? So I could push a little bit here and get to a legendary tome, even if I don't get necessarily Warlord. And of course, there's always the chance that I'm going to get other useful epic or void legendaries. It's a long shot. It's a really, really long shot, but what we don't know for now is, will there ever be an event for a guaranteed champion with Void Shards? And until we know that, I would prefer to use my shards towards an event that I know right now can give me something for my account, a good upgrade for my account. So that is going to be my strategy going forward. I will be opening Void Shards instead, even though I said literally a couple days ago that I wouldn't. All right, so guys, the plan always changes based on the new elements we have in play at the time. So hopefully with this sort of analysis of what I'm going to do, it can help you guys better decide how you're going to be using some shards. So just don't forget, you now know 15 Sacred Shards can get you a guaranteed legendary champion. You might want to wait until you have enough. I get about 10 per month, give or take, Sacred Shards from the clan boss. I get about 80 Ancient Shards a month from clan boss and other activities. So if I just start hoarding that for the next guaranteed champion event, I'm basically getting more out of these shards, all right? But for the Void Shards right now and for the Summon Rush, it seems to be the logical choice for me. But do let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.